What's going on? This is Brother Jay, and I'm back with another one of my thought of days. And the thought of the day is called motivation. Now, motivation is like it can be extremely hard for some, and it can be very easy for others. So it just depends on how you was raised, saying, and your neighborhood environments and the quality of friends and relationships you get into, you know. But the key heart of motivation has to be linked to self-esteem. If you think very low of yourself, you're not going to be too motivated to do anything because you think very little of yourself. I mean, to use as an example, let's say this dude is like, when he was younger in his teenage years, he probably was like 6 foot tall and probably weighed like about 170 pounds, roughly. Now, over the years, since he got married and stuff like that, he extended from 170 pounds to about, like, let's say 250, 270. So he gained an easy 100 pounds. Well, he must don't think of himself with a low self-esteem, even with all that fat. So he still has a highest esteem level, but he'll have an even more higher esteem level if he got back to the 170. So in his mind, he's got his woman, he got his kids, he got his job. So he's not really motivated to lose weight and stuff like that because it's not like he's a single man. See, single men have more motivation to, get in shape, because when you're in shape, you meet a certain quality of woman, because she looks at like, oh, he takes care of himself. Oh, he really gonna be looking at me, so I better be on my A game because he's on his A game. You know what I'm saying? But I watched this motivation tape that my son recommended, and the guy had some deep things to say. You know what I'm saying? I mean, granted, I had to get past his redneckish, vocabulary and stuff like that, but the words he was saying was deep, and he had a good way of how he swung it, and had a metaphor, and almost had a story for every quality of situation. Now, even though he's saying all these good words, it's the same thing as your parents, it's the same thing as your teacher in school, it's the same thing as your priest. If they saying quality words to you, but you're not hearing the words that people are saying, that means either you think you got a better way to get it done, or, you have a low self-esteem and low motivation level. Some people like living out in the streets and on the corner. I seen it when I was homeless, you know what I'm saying? I seen cats that sleep on the bridge and all like that. Let me give you one story, okay? And this is like about a good, I want to say 13 years ago. And I just got out the joint, okay? When I went to the joint, I lost my apartment and everything, so I came out, I was homeless. So I was, downtown Seattle, like living in one of these shelters and stuff. And there's a dude that's down there, and I'm ear hustling. I was in this little day room because wintertime and you want to get warm. And this girl was talking to this guy, and she was like, I ran across this guy the other day, and he said he was hiring people, for, $12 an hour. And the guy was like, yeah, I ain't working for no white man. I'd rather be out here in the streets than work for the white man and shit. And being I was ear hustling, I was a bit like, oh, hey, can you hook me up with that job? And she kind of laughed, and she turned to me and she said, I was just joking just to see what he would say, you know what I'm saying? But if I really would have knew where that job was at, you know what I'm saying, or if they was hiring, I would have told you, you know what I'm saying? But the point I'm getting at is this. He was settled. He was happy living out there in the dregs and the grime and crime and slime of the streets, you know what I'm saying? Some people just love that, lostness, because when you stay in an avenue where you don't advance and you stay low of hope, low quality of life, then you have a reason every day to bitch and complain. And some people, bitch and complaining is their main course of life. Now, me personally, I bitch and complain when I need to, but I'd rather not. I'd rather be nice and warm and snuggly in the house somewhere, like, ooh, this heat feels good. Ooh, it's not raining on my head. Oh, you know. But again, you know, saying to reel it back, motivation is a deep, powerful thing. Some people get motivated when they have kids. Some people get motivated, you know what I'm saying, when they have a certain special soul in their life, and you're like, okay, I don't give a shit about my life. I'm gonna fight for her in my life. You know what I'm saying? Some people's other motivation is greed. You know, they never had money, so they want to have a boatload. And when you talk to these people, even if you gave them $1 million tomorrow, that's still not enough. I need to make 2 million. Then 2 million becomes 4 million, and so on and so on. So everybody has their motivational tools. So it's kind of hard to actually take one designated motivator speaker and say, let me build the template of my life around everything that this dude is saying. You know, they have to understand, because to me, what motivates me truthfully is, one, those who don't have to help, that help people, that motivates me. Or if someone came from the same background as myself, you know what I'm saying, used to be a gang member, you know what I'm saying, but now they are a fucking preacher or something like that, or they're a fucking clergyman, or, you know, these things motivate me, because I'm like, you know, in the 80s, stuff like that, there was so many cats that was getting killed and dying and stuff like that. The future was not realistic, you know? So it was you just motivated to live through that day. So you wasn't looking like 5 and 10 years down in your future. No, you was just looking at, if I survive a day, yeah, you know. So, but these are the people that stories I want to hear from, you know what I'm saying? You know, and it's kind of hard for me, even though, and I'm not shitting on, you know what I'm saying, motivator speakers that are white and stuff like that. I'm not shitting on them, you know, but they can't really motivate me too much, because most of the time they came from a good background. Most of the time, not all the time. You know what I'm saying? So when someone comes from a good background, he's saying, well, if I can do this shit, you can do it. Now, see, you have the odds are stacked against you. You know what I'm saying? First of all, you're not black. Second of all, you ain't live in the hood. Third of all, you got both of your parents and stuff like that, because most people come from single parent homes. Well, most black people and Hispanics, they come from single parent homes. So he's already got advantages that I myself don't have. So not that his words don't have intellectual value, but it's kind of hard for me to really feel him from the heart, you know what I'm saying, because his journey is different from mine. You know, when you have all these advantages towards you, yeah, you still might make a dumb mistake, you know what I'm saying, but with all these, you still got people that will help you out and stuff like that, you know what I'm saying, and through your peoples, they know other people. So if you're struggling for a job, all you gotta do is say, hey, uncle, you know what I'm saying, do you know somebody? Oh, I know somebody that works at a sawmill and stuff like that. And you just walk to the sawmill, and my uncle said for me to come see you. Oh, you know Uncle such and such? Oh, well, yeah, come on in. See, most black people don't have that, that's called, you know what I'm saying, basically like community. You know what I'm saying? You don't have that community that they know someone that knows someone and give you a job. You know what I'm saying? We don't have those community ties too much, you know? So, again, I'm not shitting on them, on the speakers, and saying that's, you know what I'm saying, do motivational speaking. It's just, there's certain things that motivate different people, and I'm one of the kind of people that I like that, you know what I'm saying, rags to riches story, you know? You know what I'm saying? Oh, I was broke and I lived in a trash can, but now I own fucking 3 and 4 restaurants. You know? That's the one that gets me, like, whoa. Well, let me see what kind of, how you worked your formula and stuff like that, especially with low resources, barely any income and shit like that. You fighting with a roof over your head, and fighting the elements and the surroundings and negative people in the surroundings. How'd you get past all these obstacles and still want to, you know what I'm saying, get into that field? Them the stories I want to hear from, you know. And I'm pretty sure, you know what I'm saying, that, you know, I motivated, you know what I'm saying, some people, you know what I'm saying, and they're doing better than myself and stuff like that. But see, you never know what words you use that motivates another person. You never know. Because, I mean, just the same way, like, you know what I'm saying, like I said earlier about, you know what I'm saying, when your parents or your pastor and stuff like that, or your teacher in school, you know what I'm saying, they say the things to get you, you know what I'm saying, to fall in line. But some people have an issue with people speaking like they're an authoritative figure, you know what I'm saying? So they feel that if they go against that person, I'm a rebel. I'm a rebel. Yes, ain't I a badass because I ain't listen to teacher such and such. You know. So some people have a different motivation, but you still can say the same words and the right words. It just depends on who that person respects. And if they say them same words, then they be like, wow, you know what? Let me try that. You know? So, I try to be motivated, you know what I'm saying? But the thing, to be honest with you, I'm in that stage of my life right now. If I wake up above down, that's motivation. I said that wrong. If I wake up above ground, that's motivation enough for me for that day. Of course I would like to have, better things, stuff like that, but I'm still not ungrateful to complain because I don't have those better things. Even though I want them, but I got it from the lifestyle I came from and all my dead homies and stuff like that. I'm just thankful to be alive. I'm thankful that I'm alive. I'm thinking about all my children, whether we talk or don't talk. I'm happy and thankful that they're alive. I'm happy that my grandkids are alive. So I got healthy grandkids. So these are grateful factors. And I try not to tempt fate too hard. Because if you fuck around with karma will come and pinch you in the ass, and it might not get you. It might skip past you and get your son. That's how karma works and something like that. When you throwing negative energy out there in the ether, when it comes down, it can land on anyone around you, whether it be girlfriend, homies, it can land on anyone, so that's why I try not to, humbug, I'm pissed off at every little single thing and stuff like that. No. I save my rage and my anger for someone that justly deserves it. Until then, my anger is like a chain Rottweiler on a tree and stuff like that. It's like it'll stay back there, but as soon as I let that motherfucker off the chain, get him, boy, sick him, So, and I try not to get that far angry and stuff like that. But this is reality. Some people just like to. There's some people that don't like peace. They don't. They can live in a peaceful neighborhood and they'll still bitch and complain. Your car is parked too close to mine. Your car look like it's blocking my driveway. I don't like the company you kept last night. Mind your business. Well, this is my business. I live here. There's some people that just peace is too much for them. You know what I'm saying? Even in a relationship, it's the same thing. Some people be, oh, wait a minute, this person loves me so much, I can't stand it. You know what I'm saying? So they'll pick and poke for a fight and stuff like that, and that's their turn on. You know what I'm saying? Like, we fighting. Now we can make up now. And yeah, honey, and I don't play those mind games and saying I don't got time for them. That's extra stress. That equals a whole bunch of gray hair, you know what I'm saying, and physical problems and stuff like that. So I rather try to be as stress-free as possible. I already got enough to deal with out there in the civilian world than to have that in my own personal space. That's too much. That's too much. You got to find peace somewhere. If I can't find it out in the streets, I can find it at home, or I should be able to find it at home. So that's my thought of the day. You know what I'm saying? It's about motivation. Whatever it takes to uplift your spirits for you to get from one level to the next level, you have to find out what works for you. And who is the person that's delivering the message or the motivation for you. Some people are self-motivated, and some people need other people to motivate them. So whatever it is that motivates you to become the best person that you want to be, I wish you the best of luck in your travels. Until next time, peace.